On a clear night, far from any city, you can see about 4,500 stars with the naked eye. 4,500. And every single one of them feels like a destination. That's the thing about being human. We look up and we don't see distance. We see possibility. We see somewhere to go. Every civilization that ever stared at the night sky eventually pointed at it and said, "We'll get there." The ancient Greeks named the stars. The Renaissance astronomers mapped them. NASA built machines to reach them. Elon Musk is selling tickets. We genuinely believe, we have always believed, that the universe is ours to explore. I need to tell you something. 94% of the universe is already gone. Not gone as in destroyed. Gone as in, it has crossed a line. A permanent line. And nothing we send, no signal, no probe, no lightspeed spacecraft, nothing, will ever reach the galaxies on the other side of that line. Not in a billion years. Not in a trillion. Not ever. We didn't miss it by being slow. We didn't miss it because we haven't invented the right technology yet. We were always going to miss it. The universe has been quietly, steadily, methodically locking the door, and we are still inside. Let me give you the actual numbers because I think the numbers are scarier than anything I can invent. The observable universe, everything we can currently see, stretches out to a radius of about 46.5 billion light-years in every direction. That's the particle horizon. The edge of what light has had time to show us since the Big Bang. 46.5 billion light-years. Now, here is where it gets cold. There is a second boundary. Smaller, closer, and far more important. It's called the cosmological event horizon. And it currently sits at roughly 16 to 18 billion light-years from us. That number, 16 to 18 billion light-years, is not the edge of what we can see. It is the edge of what we can ever reach, or affect, or communicate with. Going forward, from this moment in time, any galaxy beyond that line is permanently, irreversibly out of contact. Run the math. The reachable volume is roughly 6% of the observable universe. 6% we can see 100% of it. We can only ever touch 6%. And here is why. Space is not static. It expands. Every second, the fabric of space between us and distant galaxies is stretching. And past a certain distance, about 14.4 billion light-years, the Hubble radius, that fabric is already stretching faster than light. That is not a metaphor. Galaxies beyond 14 billion light-years are receding from us right now at speeds greater than 300,000 kilometers per second. Faster than light. Not because they're moving through space like a bullet, because space itself is growing like the surface of a balloon being inflated, and they're stuck to it. No engine catches a stretching fabric. Stop thinking of it as expansion. Start thinking of it as a wall. A wall that moves. A wall that has been moving since before we existed. And the further you look, the faster the wall moves away, until at the event horizon, it's moving away exactly as fast as any message we send can travel toward it. The message never arrives. The wall always wins. And the engine driving that wall? Dark energy. Dark energy makes up approximately 68% of everything in the universe. We don't know what it is. We can't see it, detect it directly, or interact with it in any meaningful way. What we know is what it does. It exerts negative pressure on space. It pushes outward. Constantly. Uniformly. Without pause or variation. It never dilutes. As the universe grows, dark energy's density stays constant. Which means as time goes forward, dark energy becomes proportionally more dominant, not less. The acceleration doesn't slow. It increases. The wall moves faster every year. We are not in an expanding universe. We are in a contracting prison. And the cell just looks big because the wall started far away. Now I want to try something. I want you to forget for a moment that dark energy is a natural phenomenon. Forget the cosmological constant. Forget the physics textbooks. And ask a different question. What if it's deliberate? I'm not saying it is. I want to be clear about that. What follows is a hypothesis. A thought experiment. But it's one that, once you hear it, is genuinely difficult to dismiss entirely. What if the speed of light is not a law of physics? What if it's a speed limit? We treat the speed of light, 299,792,458 meters per second, as a fundamental constant, baked into the structure of reality, non-negotiable. And within special relativity, it functions exactly like a wall. The closer you get to it, the more energy it takes to accelerate, asymptotically approaching infinite energy required to actually reach it. That is a very elegant prison design. It's specific enough to allow local civilization. Fast enough that you can build GPS systems, communications networks, a functioning society within a solar system. But slow enough that interstellar travel is prohibitively hard, and intergalactic travel, across the distances we're actually talking about, is effectively impossible on any timescale that matters to a civilization. You can see everything. You can reach almost nothing. Now add dark energy. If the speed limit keeps civilizations contained within their local neighborhood, dark energy handles the longer game. It ensures that even the neighborhood itself, other galaxies, other potential contacts, gradually recedes beyond the horizon. Permanently. Not just unreachable by travel. Unreachable by any signal. Radio wave. Laser. Gravity wave. It doesn't matter. Once something crosses the event horizon, no information of any kind can ever bridge the gap. That is not just isolation. That is quarantine. The quarantine hypothesis, and this framing has appeared in various forms in speculative cosmology and philosophy, proposes that what we call the laws of physics might in some configurations function as containment architecture. Not that someone designed them consciously, necessarily, but that the universe's structure has the functional effect of keeping each civilization locked inside its own causal bubble. Consider what that means for the Fermi Paradox. The question of why, in a universe with hundreds of billions of galaxies and trillions of planets, we've detected zero evidence of other intelligent life. The standard answer is, the distances are too vast. But maybe the distance is the point. Maybe what we interpret as an empty universe is actually a universe of maximum separation. Each civilization permanently sealed in its own cosmological cell. Unable to contact, contaminate, or threaten anything outside its event horizon. Each one invisible to all the others. And maybe, just maybe, dark energy is not a random feature of vacuum energy. Maybe it is the active mechanism that enforces the separation. A self-regulating system that guarantees, no matter how advanced any civilization becomes, no matter what they build or discover, the wall always stays ahead of them. Not because physics is cruel, but because the alternative might be worse. What do you do with a universe full of civilizations that could, left uncontained, reach each other? You give each of them a locked room. You make the room just big enough that they spend millennia simply exploring its interior. And you put 94% of everything they can ever want to see on the other side of glass they can never break. Let me tell you how this ends. Not for us. Not in our lifetime or our civilization's lifetime. But for whoever, or whatever, exists in the local group roughly 2 trillion years from now. By that point, dark energy will have done its work completely. Every galaxy outside our gravitationally bound local group, the Milky Way, Andromeda, our small cluster of companion galaxies, will have crossed the event horizon. Not some of them. All of them. The Virgo cluster. The Coma cluster. The great walls and filaments of the cosmic web we can map today. Gone. Redshifted past any possible detection. Every photon they emit will have a wavelength longer than the observable universe itself. The sky goes black. Not dark, it's dark now in between the stars. I mean black. No smear of distant galaxies in a long exposure photograph. No cosmic microwave background on a sensitive detector. No gravitational wave signal from mergers in distant clusters. Nothing. The Milky Way and Andromeda will have already merged by then, somewhere between 100 billion and a trillion years from now, they collide and reshape into a single massive elliptical galaxy. That remnant, whatever it's called, will be the entire visible universe for anyone living inside it. One galaxy. No evidence of expansion. No way to detect the Big Bang. No other light sources outside their own star systems. If any civilization exists at that point without preserved records, without some equivalent of our current data, they will have absolutely no way to reconstruct that their galaxy was once one of trillions. They will look out at a perfectly black sky and conclude they are alone. And cosmologically, they will be correct. That is the end state of dark energy's work. Not explosion. Not collapse. Just enclosure. A universe of isolated rooms, each one containing whatever managed to gravitationally bind together before the walls finished moving. We are early enough to still see the full picture. To know there are 2 trillion galaxies out there. To map the cosmic web. To understand, at least in theory, what the universe looks like beyond our future horizon. In 2 trillion years, that knowledge, if it isn't actively preserved, will be physically unrecoverable from observation alone. The universe doesn't destroy evidence. It just moves it permanently out of reach. Look up tonight if you get the chance. Every galaxy you can see, and you can't see any of them without a telescope, but they're there. Every one of them is already moving away from you faster than you can follow. Some of them crossed the event horizon before you were born. You are already living in the quarantine. You just haven't noticed yet because the walls are still far enough away that the room feels spacious that it isn't.